No, no. It's an ambiance. Yes, 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 yes. I just have to get myself something to hold my phone up. I'm going to get a flat surface here somewhere. See if I can put this up on a flat surface. Anyways, I'm going to hold it up. It's okay. So what am I doing here in this video? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? All right, look at that. Look at that. Whoop. What's this? Music? You mean I can play music here? I had no idea. Wow. Wow, I never did this before. Yeah, so maybe it'll be a little bit more musical. We'll see the numbers dance this morning. I don't know. This is not really me, but yeah, we'll just leave this on for a minute. If somebody has anything to ask what this channel is all about, how's everybody doing? Well, what I'm doing this morning is I'm just going to show you what I do on a daily basis, sometimes more, sometimes less, sometimes not at all. But if you look over my videos over the last 17 years, since about April 10th, 2010 to January 20, I think 5th. Right, today, I got like a video every day or almost every day. So right here, I'm doing the divisions of 13 by 1, by 11, by 111. By 1,111, by 1,000, by 11,111, how it divides up on the grid line, or how it divides up with a split area space, whether I'm writing online or in between the boxes. So the original division of 13 is right here. So what this is, the next one over here, right, is going to be 307. Right, 6, 9, 2, and then the next one here, right, is going to come off of here, so it's going to be 3, 8. There's no lower number. 3, 8, 4, 6, 1, 5. Right? You want to see something funny? It takes 4 of these. Right, they're 25 cents, they're quarters, so 75 and 25 run together. 25 represents earth, 75 represents electric. We got a couple of reindeers up here, so I wonder what Santa sent in the placenta, or the one that was sent, the 1 cent, but there's 99 if you have change. Not 100, just 99. Change in your pocket, 100 would make $1, regardless of what it looks like. Throw that over there, right? So that's why you got the 3 by 33 equals to 99, right? At 33 cents in your pocket 3 times, you can equally split it up, because the dollar, well, that turns it into a quarter, and that's times 4 to equal to $1. Unless it's a dime, that's times 10 to equal to $1. Or it could be a nickel times 20 to equal to $1. Right? So you can have 5, 10, and 10, 20. Let's not get into that right now. So what I'm doing over here, the next number after this is going to be, what's the highest number after here? 4. 4, 6, 1, 5, 3, 8. What's the next number? Right? After 4, it's 5. So we have 5. Whoop, I don't want to do that one. I want to put it here. Okay, I'll put it here. 5. 3, 8, 4, 6, and 1. And if you noticed, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. 1, 2. I think I'm gonna keep it here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This one over here is the connector inside of here. Where is this? These are all the divisions of 13. That's what these are. All these are divisions of 13 over here. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Let me just turn this camera around. Hold on a second before I do that. How do you get rid of this music? Oh no. Yeah, I gotta get rid of this music. Just give me a second. How do I get rid of this music? How did this all start? Oh. Ah, thank God. Yeah. So this is going to be about the division of 13. Just going to get myself. Okay. So this is about this one here. Is going to be all the divisions of 13. And what I did, after I did it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 divided by 13, for some reason, in my head it said, do this next equation, 1 divided by 13, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And for a minute, you know, I kept thinking it's 1, 1, and 2 1s and 3 1s equaling to 3. Hello. Wake up. When you got 3 1s in a row, it's 111. 4 are 1,011. So what I did is I started dividing 1, 1,011, and see what all the ones will give me. And it showed me where they arrive in the house of 13. How did I get it into 13? Because I divided it by 13. It was that simple. Everything I do is pretty simple, right? You create the equation and then you throw everything into it. Usually the things I throw in, right? I throw in the alphabet. So that's like the kitchen sink. You know what I'm saying? Everything goes down the drain in the kitchen sink, does it not? We have the garburator. You know what's funny? This morning I was thinking, and you have the 40 and the quarantine and the guarantee. Anyways, so just give me a minute. I'm going to turn this around. Just give it a minute. I need to blow my nose. Yeah, I've been cleaning out. My body has been emptying out for the past month. So I'm kind of cold. My phlegm feels good. I feel like I'm floating. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? So I'm working on the 13, showing you what I'm doing with the 13. Basically working on this for the last 20 odd years and maybe 50 odd years of my life, although I'm only 62, right? I'm sharing with my rendition of ABC and reasons for things being in their place. I know this is an awkward design. I was just drawing the, here I was drawing, you know, like two bulls fighting against each other, right? You only see these two here. We don't see the body over here, which looks like a Y and a Y coming together, right? Now, when you split this here, you have a split house here and you have a split house here. This house comes together and plays. Here's your hexagon, right? The cube, and you bring both into the house, right? So you bring into the house and you need to communicate with this house under what virtue? Obviously, it's the breath, right? Right? If you stop this, everything stops. You stop that, everything stops. So I just talk about the numbers. So what is this number here? What is this number here? If you look on your phone, it's 7, 8, and 9, right? So what happens here? This part shows it's the heavens, right? You have a number over here, that's the 5, right? But you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You run the 153. If you run the 153, 9, 8, 7, 6, so 9, 8, 7, 415263, then you'll run the 759. You run one, you run the other. Well, just put it this way. In this house here, you have 777. In the lower house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You don't need all the numbers. You only need to go to a certain place. Okay? If I want to talk about 12, I'll go 1 all the way to 12, right? But when I count down, I'll go 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. And that'll be my 6 numbers. And what is my 6 is now my 7. If I need to run to 2 sides to understand, I know that 1 will connect it. I know that 1 is a 3, 4, 3, where 3 and 4 connect, and 3 and 4 connect, make that equal. Where 3 and 3 are equal in 2 on the average of themselves. Here, it's on the average of 3. So if you're counting 0, 1, 2, 3, or you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, here's a 10, here's a 6, you still have 4 area spaces used. Here, it's a 1.5 on average. Here, it's a 2.5 on average. 5 minus 1.5, 6 minus 2.5 equals to 3.5, equals to 3.5. Okay, here plus, here minus 1.5 equals to 2. Here minus 2.5 equals to 1 and 2. 2 and 1. 2 and 5, 7. 6 and 1 is 7. 1 and 6 is 7. 2 and 5 is 7. I think I got somebody that agrees with me. In fact, all the dice company agree with this equation. That the heart of this cube is 3.5. But you can't have 3.5. You have 3 and you have 4. The point will be in the center of the 2. And if you're going to connect them, you'll connect 3, 4, 3 to connect. Right? But if you put 2 cubes next to each other and want to connect, you're going to go the high side, 4, 3, 4. That'll make a difference of 10 and 11. In fact, you need 3 cubes. 1, 1, 1 for the minimum, and 6, 6, 6 for the maximum, making 3 and 18. To bring them together, it's 7.5, or you can't get 7.5, so just mark 7. The 3 will remain to the low side, 10. The 7 will remain to the high side, 11. If you put 8, 3 becomes 11, and 8 becomes 10. Now you switch over. The 88 constellations, the 77 power up of 99. What does it mean to 99 power up? Here is an area of 8. Here's another area of 8. See these 8 windows? I take 9 and I connect those. I take another 9 and I connect those. That's building of the cube, right? I connect them together. I connect them to 8 and 8 of the windows of 2 doors. 28-day cycle, 28-year cycle. We have 1 left over and 1 left over. But there were 7 here. There's 7 used and 7 used, and 1 left over and 1 left over. 1771, 88, or what is 151? Where does that come in, 151? The connecting of 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5, 151, 74 and 77. Look these up in your gematria and see what they say, right? And this goes even further. Did you know that every 28 years the cycle repeats? Look at the month of February and go back 28 years. Do we have a caller in the house? We have someone at the door. Give me a minute. Yes. So the flute, I spoke about the flute yesterday, right? Poking holes in something, 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, right? How many fingers are on the flute? Pumping it out, right? What's going on the flute? F-L-U-T-E. I'll have to do that one too. You know, we live in the money house, right? Money equals to 72. The 1 moon right? The one moon, and we have Lucille Ball, right? We have Lucille Ball, right? Because the moon in the sky, 333 for LUC, right? The CIL, or the CIL for the painted sky. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I'm only here for a short bit. I wasn't coming here to do this and that. You can ask me questions if you have any questions for me. What do I talk about? I talk about the perfect utopian world we were created into, that we were born into, right? Is it airborne? Is it an air sign? Is it an air raid? Like if you say air, you can say anything. Do you breathe the air? What is the air you breathe? Right? We say words. I'm going to continue and explain this in a second, but first I just want to just actually turn this around. So what do I do? Is anybody interested in what this channel's about? Why are you here? Are you here just to fill the area space, or to empty your mind by fulfilling it with something you've seen but never seen before? I regurgitate history. Things I don't know about, I will talk about. Even if I know nothing about them, I know more than everybody else knows. Even those who study it do not know what I know. Because I know the skeleton of the reality of what it is that you know, in which I know nothing about. And if you see all these hearts flying, don't worry. It's just me. You don't have to do the same. I like me. I like the way I think. You can't change it. Do I always do the right things? Of course not. I don't. I make my choices. I like to call myself Tim Hortons. You know why? I'm a time whore just like them. They make the coffee in the morning, right? But never tastes the same in the afternoon, right? And we're never the same in the afternoon because everything that processed in the morning got transferred into the future. Imagine we're like time machines. I've already made my future by being wherever I am right now and saying whatever I have said. That it will be my future. All I have to do is create the action. So beside all this mumbo jumbo of words, I studied the connection between dots and dashes. Dots and dashes connected together will create geometric shapes. Some of them get names. They get the names by the virtue of the connecting of the dots and the dashes. You might call an emoji, but you can't call it an emoji until these dots and dashes of Morse code became the characters of our alphabet, so we can speak and hear instead of grunting and pointing with whatever language you speak. All the same, dots and dashes, connecting it all. So I study the dot and the dash, what they do, what they create as a shape, the angles, and then the alphabet that comes from it. And I look at the alphabet and I go, what is it about A? I see A on the left. When I'm standing at the center, I see A on the right. And then I split it in half and say, I am, because the letter A, wow, I can't draw on this, right? But the letter A, for me, is pretty simple. You go up here, you'll go down here. Now, this area over here does not give me an A, so I can stop right here on this plateau for the letter A. The letter A divides down here. If I want to connect both sides of A, okay, I cannot do this. That don't work. And that don't work for M. M works here. And we can connect the two sides together, but on each side we can have M, and one M brings it together, 1,000. X, 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 and X. We're not going to be what is A, B, C, D. We are going to be what is A, B, C. We are going to be A, B, D. We are going to be A, C, D, and we are going to be B, C, D. But we are not going to be all of A, B, C, D, because that's the board itself. We are the combinations of the connections of the base of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, there's 10, 11, and 12. We're the base. Here's the base. So you have here, 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 and here. There are 4 connect. But we are only going to connect, okay? We're not going to count 1, right? 2, 3, 4, connect. It's a 4, 4, connect. This connect is 12 to the left hemisphere. This is 18 to the right hemisphere. This is 6 above, 24 below. It's a 4 to 1 difference. 4 times 1, or what is noted to be 1/4. We're going to do the star, the multiplication and addition, not counting the block area space connect. That 1 and 9 equals to 10. That 2 and 8 equals to 10. That 3 and 7 equals to 10. And that 4 and 6 equals to 10. That here we get fire, right? And with this fire, okay, we get a cardinal sign and a mutable sign, right? And with this, okay, we have earth and water. And with the earth, we get a fixed sign. And with the water over here, guess what? We get another fixed sign, same house, earth and water, 1/2. With 3 and 7, we get air, we get all of air. But in 3, we get a mutable. And with 7, we get a cardinal. With 4 and 6, that's right, earth and water again. Right? But in this one, right, we end up, look at that, we end up with a cardinal. And we end up with a mutable. So we have, let me see what we have. We have a cardinal. We have, do we have another cardinal? Yeah, we got another cardinal over here. Right? Yep, we got another cardinal here. Okay. And we got a mutable here, right? That mutable, right? That's over here, the mutable, right? That's the cardinal, right? That's Aries, by the way. You've got Aries, yet you have Aries. Whoop, I don't know why I marked it that way. But anyways, you have Aries 52, right? And yeah, Aries, look at that. Yes. Does that mean it's plural? And it's ES at the end, right? Otherwise, you'd only have, how did you mark Aries? I think it's air, right? ARI, right? Just let's not put the ES in it. Wow, I can't believe I spelt it this way. Okay, anyways, then we go ahead and we have fix, right? So we're going to do blue. Whoop, right? We're going to do blue. Don't touch the blue, right? The 2 and the 8. We have 2 is an earth, but this one's, whoop, that's the water. We might have to get another color, right? This is the 8 Scorpio, right? The 8 Scorpio is a fix, and it's the water, right? We got to check them all out, what they're doing, right? Everybody knows how this works, right? So, and also, when you take a look, right? When you take a look over here, I'm not sure if you can read this anymore, but take a look, 2, 5, and 8, 1, 4, and 7, 3, 6, and 9, just like the telephone, right? These are your fixed. And when you add it, check it out, 2 and 8, that's a 7. 2 and 5, 2 and 5, that's a 7. 2 and 8 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, 2 and 2 is 4. So you double up the middle, it goes to the left. If you double up the left, it goes to the middle. But when you triple up everything, it goes all to the right. 3 1s, 3 2s. 3 2 is 6, 3 1. Like, what is ABC, right? ABC in duality, right, becomes B, D, F. The in-between is ACE. This is where we are right now, right? And this here, okay, equals to 9, and this here equals to 12, right? The 9 birth to 12 months. So let's get back over here. So we have earth and water here. We have earth and water here, 2, 8, 4, 6. And the cube shows me 4, 6, 2, 8. These crossings, right, is going to be the crossings of 1, 5, and 9, A, E, and I equals to 15, O. Then you're going to have 3, 5, and 7, right? Which is C, E, and G, and it's going to be 15, O. And then it's going to be what is 4, 5, and 6, right? What is FED, like the Federal Federation, right? ED, FED, equals to what is 15. Oh, then you're going to have, let me see, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 5, 9. There's one more. Oh, yes. Then you're going to have 258. Or I think it's 258, 2580 feet to make something. I forget what that was, or 852, right? And that's going to be BEH, like the Hebe. You know what I'm saying? Equals to 15. Oh, control of 911. This over here. This one over here, this one here, controls 713, right? That's a Tzolk'in sun calendar, I think it's called. And this one over here will control the 911. How's that possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This over here, okay, plugs like this. 2729 equals 9 equals 11. Okay, 8381 equals 11 equals 9. Then you have the next one. You have here, right? You have 1, 6, okay? So you go like that. You have 1, 6 equals 7. You have 6, 7 equals 13. And then you go ahead and you do that. And then you have 3, 4 equals 7. And then you have 4, 9 equals 13. So when you see this over here, I'm not sure if I have the picture of it. You can go up or you can go down, but the houses tell a different story. This is here from the Aztecs or the Sumerian or whatever it is. I don't really know the names. And the thing is about 1 and 2, right? Let me just show you a little picture or something here. Let me see if I can get this. Take a 2-second breather for my... We might be able to plug this in, right? This is the tetrahedron. It's a 343 7 by 7 by 7 reality, right? That's going on inside of this. Can you see the triangles? Yes, everything has to be built a little flimsy, but you have to be able to see it to understand it. So you see the 4 corners within inside the center area. The 2 left and right angles, they join it. The left and the right angles, they come together within the center. I'm just going to flash a few. This is the Monopoly game, right? It doesn't show up well on the phone. Inside that game, what you know is Monopoly is right here in front of you. This is the Monopoly board. This is where Mars is. This is where jail is. This is electric company and waterworks, where the children meet the breath of life. But when the children meet the breath of life, they're only little fish. Little eggs and fish, that's all they are. Getting ready for the electricity. The Big Bang. Anyways, without fooling around to do, I'm going to see if I can explain that to you. So when you look here, if you look the corner, it's square. But when you look here, it's a rectangle. There's 2 rectangles inside each corner. Monopoly has 4 pillar corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's going to be, you see 4 and 6 boards here, all right? I'm going to just pick out 1 board at a time, and then I'll show you what happens with 4 boards. When you have this board, why it's Monopoly? Monopoly has a center. Monopoly has an edge. What's in the middle of the board? It says Monopoly. Right? So you need to have the 40 that goes around, and you need to have the proper size. Although this is still not the same size of the board, this is the minimum size that you can create. Pixels. What I do at my pixels. So before I get into this any deeper, before I explain what I actually came here to do, I didn't plan on doing a few hour videos. I just plan on preparing for later. So I'm going to give you the brief. Number one, does anybody really know what it is? Is it one color? Is it one planet? Is it Aries? Is it fire? Is it a cardinal? Is it a mutable? Is it one fridge? Is there something in the fridge? One item? What is one? Is it on the periodic table? Is it 1 degrees, 1 Celsius, 1 Fahrenheit? Is it 1 liter, milliliter? Is it 1 ounce or 1 gram? If I said a ton, would you say 2,000 years or 2,000 pounds? So George Washington, start to think about 4 by 500 equals to 2,000, or 5 by 400 equals to 2,000. 5 and 4 is a 9, understand the 9. Do you know the average of all numbers equals to 45, which is 90? So you can see 4.5 and 90 running into its own. If you get decimals, try to move them by tens. Tens or hundreds or thousands. 1,000 is good, stop right there. Every time you move something by 10, the first 10 is the change in your pocket. After that, it's $1. It's whole in itself. It's 4 quarters. Why? Because you said 100. When I go to paint, and it says make it 110% times its size, I know it's getting bigger. When I put 90, I know it's getting smaller. So I have to look at life and see what life threw at me. And then I have to say, if I'm going to share something with others, if they didn't throw it at them and only threw it at me, it'd be all about me. And this can't be. I need to know if all about me is all about you. Do you know about the ABCs? You've heard about the letters in the alphabet before? Does the letter A exist? If it does, we're on the same track. If you see a train and it's on a track, is it a monorail? Or is it 2 of them down below, like rabbit ears spread one side of the truck? You've heard of numbers before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 81, 91. When I get to, in French, to 70 and 90, there is no 1 or 2 or 3. But when you get to 4, it says 14, and you hear the 4. But you don't hear it at 5. You hear it at 6, you hear size. And at 77, you hear 77. You hear 77, so you'll hear the 7. You'll hear the 8 and you'll hear the 9, but you won't hear the 1. You'll hear an 11. You won't hear the 2, you'll hear a 12. You won't hear the 13, you'll hear a 13. But at 14, you can almost hear it coming out. 14. Canes, well, it turns around, and Canes is spinning in the ocean. 1 between 1, 1, 1, and 1, between all the pillars that surround it. The 1 became the buoy in the middle, perhaps the plug up for the ship, I don't know. But without it, we cannot plug in our hearts. That I do know in design of 313. 13, 31, 13, 57. 31, 13, 31, 75, 57, 75. In the year 57, 75, or the year 2015, the letter TO, or counting 1 through 5 and 2 through 6. I can say it again, but ask me a question. Ask me a question, hopefully I can put it in a pertinent way that you can understand it and make it relevant to yourself, so that we can all find some relevance in the reality of the numerics, to understand that the alphabet itself is a history in its own, that it's ancient, and we have been brought forward. We are what they thought about in the past. 500 years ago, they thought about us. What will it be like in 500 years? In the 1500s, that was us. 1,000 years ago, they thought about us. They even drew about us, about airplanes in the sky. So they thought about us. What do we think about them? What do we think about the future people? What do we think about the alphabet that came from the past, that became what it is today, the words I speak to you, that you regurgitate to look back in the past? That what do I say more than all the scholars? Somebody wrote a book about 1, 2, 3, ABC and what it is. And you know what? The book is not even listened to. Really? in most realities. They don't listen to what the number one says. It's a basis of time over time. 2, 3, 4. The master 11, the master's numbers of 1122. When you see it on a clock, 111, what do all these numbers mean? Why is it left in vain that all the numerologists and astrologists that study the sky and that others have come along to do an algorithm and speak about it because they have tormented it with lies, right? And there are so many, the balance of those who speak about our zodiac signs and who we are and our life paths has been so contorted because it's never been explained on how it came to be. And once you know how it came to be, the alchemy of the numerics, the alphabet, the words, how Leo became Leo, how Jupiter became Jupiter, the name itself. And for upon the breath man takes, in this house we are born into, we came prepared to rent, and the breath we take is not ours, but from it within the house. Oxygen, OX66, YG 77, EN 55, 5 and 5 is 10 is 1, 6 and 6 is 12 is 3, E is, is 3, okay, N equals to what is 7 and 7, and that's where the power is in the N. And guess what? 105, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. The energy, and guess what? It ends up to say S-U-N. S19, 10, 1. U, 1, 2, 3. N, 145. The split in the house that I am born inside the house of the sun. Flat oceans, round sun. We've got a happy plane in the sky, and we're riding high because everything stands on the individuality of each and every one of us. Standing inside the house, all those linear lines that are going up and all the crossing lines. There are 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8, but there's only 6 that are needed before you cross yourself out or before you lock yourself in, and that is upon the breath. That you take the last one. Right. I can draw that out in a design. It'll show you there's only 6 needed, right? Imagine if I took this box here, right, and I drew a line down to here, right? I took this box and drew this line, and then I took this box here and I drew a line up to here. This would be your 6. This would be your 9. This would be the home of 6 crossing over 9. Here would be your crossing. So I'm going to show you this design, probably not now, right? I never thought to do it on here, but I can do it on here, right? How's everybody doing? I didn't look at any of the comments yet. Let me take a look. Wow. What does it say? Baseball 999. Did you know BASE is 2, 1, 19, and 5. 19 and 5 is 24 and 27. BA is 3. LL is 24. Baseball is 27, 27 with 27 outs on each team. Bat, right? B, A is 3 and T is 20. That's 23. Ball is 27. That's 50. Bat, 23, 5, right? Ball 27 is 9. And bat 23 is 10. We have the bat and the ball is at Capricorn coming into Sagittarius. So I do little mixing up things like that. How's everybody doing? Since it's silent out here, I'm just going to continue on with what I was doing. Bonjour tout le monde, si tu parles en français, comment ça va tout le monde? Si j'ai pas mon français, je ne peux pas faire ce projet que je suis dessus, mais c'est pas le cas. J'ai mon français. En français, il me dit, faut que je fasse une séparation entre le 16 et 17. Et faut que je prenne le 7, 17, 18, 19 ensemble pour les raisons qu'ils disent le mot 10. Faut que je fasse une séparation encore à 71 ou à 70. Ils disent 71.
10. C'est-à-dire, il y a une autre séparation. Faut que je fasse de la séparation à 9 parce qu'il va y avoir deux digits individuels à 10. So what is the separation of 10 with 9? It's a double digit. When you count 0 to 9, there are 10 area spaces, right? And if you're using a compass, you will put down a dot, right? Your point will be the area space. And where will that point be? It'll be on one of the corners right here. You see, that's where the compass will come out, right here. So your first drawing will come out right here at this point, and will create 4 individual houses. Not here or here, because here there's 4 points. Here, 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 here. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4 quadrants connected by the central track over here. The area space in Monopoly, what you see is 1, and over here is 10, is what is usually noted when you play. Do not forget the area place you stand is 1, and you move 10 is 11. But note, each corner has 2, and 2, where every property has 1. So 9 to the property, and 2 is a 13 by 13 board, where the 7th area or the 7th area are on all the train tracks. It's a 6 by 6 area in between each space, and the 7th area is the purple dot in the center. That's 7. It's a 616. The zodiac comes together, and here we are, Harry Potter transferring the sides of the track. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody has shared this out. I used to not promote myself and ask anybody, but if you really like it, any support is good enough for us. For me, oh, I already know. I already believe. But unless I'm judged, right? Unless I'm judged, I won't have any backing, right, to this reality I speak about. I'm not saying I'm changing anything on the planet, just on this channel. It's a game. Imagine if you can have this game on one of your favorite game boards. I don't know, Atari or something, or Roblox, and you come out here and each and every move has to be calculated in the understanding of your ABCs. And guess what? Is it Mercury? Is it an Aries as the first sign? Is it a cardinal, or do we move and shift 3? If I shift 3 from Aries 1, I move into a cardinal sign 4. I get Cancer. But now I have water. I don't want water. I want earth. So I shift 3 again, right? And then I go to 7, I get air. And I don't want air. I shift 3 again. I go to 10 and I got Capricorn, right? Capricorn is my earth sign. I've shifted from I've shifted from fire into water, into air. And finally, in 10, on my third shift, I have Capricorn. I have earth. So I shift one more time from Capricorn, and I shift right back into Aries at 13. Aries 13. Separation between Aries and Taurus, 13 and 14. Separation of the alphabet, 13 and 14. 135 ACE, matter and energy. Why do I say it? Well, it's the orange ball. It is an M13. It is an E5. And in the game of pool, the 13 and 5 are orange. They bring on red and yellow. What is yellow? What is 1 and 9? Should we shoot over to the periodic table? Is 1 and 9 19? Am I saying 19? If I say 19, that's 10 9. Is it 10 minus 9 or 10 plus 9? If it's minus 9, I take Sagittarius away from Capricorn. Or do I add it to it? That means the house is split. I'm born upon the 2 houses brought together by the 9 legs of the cat, because I can communicate with myself on the other side. 414 communication in the money house. Bring it on in. Area 51 I am. Bring on the 432 vibration. I spoke before about 7 and 9 with 8 in between. That is where Tav fits in Hebrew. Tav. 7, 8, and 9, 24 to the lower house, 6 to the upper house. I know I didn't finish that, but I'm just looking inside my head for things to say before I show you things to see, or other things to see of the house we live, of everything that's ever been shown and dictated to every single one of us. ABC 1, 2, 3, Rubik's Cube, all the opposite colors. This is man-made. This is what we were shown. I work on the man-made algorithm upon the breath in the house I live. I don't know who made this breath, but I'm still breathing it. And if everything I do is man-made, then let me speak about everything that is man-made. And who are we as man-made people to decide what God made? So God, maybe man made the moon, and man made the sun, and the Truman Show what man made in the show that was made. And maybe if I broke everything up and made it like I wasn't an amateur anymore, and now I'm a professional human thinking like a professional. And the words we speak are man-made because they were man-made from history. Or did God make up all the words? Because according to the way I understand it, 600 or 700 years ago, English didn't exist. I'm not sure about French or anything else that uses these numbers other than the Roman numerals of the alphabet. M is 1,000. Wow, that's 4 areas. D is 500. 1 is 34. 5 is 42. 4 and 2, 6. 3 and 4, 7. C is 100. C1 is 34. 3 and 4, 7. L is 50. I got the change in my pocket. 50, 50. 5, 50. 5. Again, another 5. 5 is number 52. That's another 7. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2. Right? I think I said 4 before. Did I say 4? I said 5. Sorry, I meant 5. 5 equals to, 5 is right. 42, sorry. 6. So when you put 5 and 1 together, that's 6. Then it's 52. And it equals to what the 1 is, right? 7. So it becomes 5 and 2, 7, 3 and 4, 7. Did you know the word 6 is 52? 5 and 2, 7, opposite of the word 1. 34, 7. So now we have 1, 6, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pretty weird. Or we can have 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 equals to 42 and 13, 55. Created by 7 and 6. And 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 created the 6 and 7. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. All created. And what does it create? Well, 34, 1 equals to 34. 6 equals to 52, creates 86. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 86. Now check this out. If you have 8 on this side, you have 5, 1, 6 on the other. If you have 2, 4, 6 on one side, you have 5, 3 on the other. Electric company. Electric equals to 75, company equals to 87, 162. How about 1, 2 for 12 o'clock, 6 on the bottom? How about 6 by 6 by 6 equals to 216? And on the 216th minute, it is the 3 hours and 36 minutes. And on the 336 days is the last day of the 12th moon. And the 13th moon begins on the 217th minute of the clock, which is the hour of 3:37. And on the 337th day, it is the beginning of the 13th moon. So how does this man fit in between and the feminine fit in between in the numbers? I'm speaking to you right now about these numbers. When somebody asked me, what is 5775? And just give me a minute. I'm just trying to place my head. I spoke about a lot of things, right? Saturn, magic square, Rhodas, Satyr. Where are we going to go? Is it the Aztec, the Sumerians? Is it Nibiru? The numeric value for Nibiru is 73. The importance of 73 in all numerics in numbers. The numerics in numbers, the average value of 9 is 5. So 73 times 5 is 365. 20, 20, 20, and 13. It fits right into the Aztecs. Or, the Tzolk'ins. I know I've been harassed before by saying the wrong thing, or I don't know what I'm talking about because I said the wrong thing. Even the numbers are right, the words are wrong, I become nullified. This entire planet is an art and entertainment. So yeah, I started out to do something before, and I was showing the how the A letter is split between the left side, right, and the right side. the left side and the right side in the A. The M, valued at 1,000, brings both sides together. It enters into one house, right? And then it enters into the other house. When we count, it's 1, 3, 5, 7, 5, 3, 1. The most we can go in any of the houses is 3 hearts. After that, you must join at the 7th gate to join 3 more. That's how it works. That's where we live. If we're moving by 4s, right, and the 3s also, okay, run by 20s, okay, and 120s. By 3 equals to the 60 seconds on the clock of the 360 degrees times 2 times 2. 2-minute penalty in hockey. 360 equates to this design, 2 sides, bringing them 2 sides together. We can call this things that exist. I only talk about things that exist. 720. 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6. If we add it, it's 21. It creates the 741 harmonic. Right? Which is the 250 minus 9. Did I get that right? 250 minus 9? No, I marked that wrong. I should have marked 750. 750 and 250 is almost okay because the 1/4, this is 3/4, this is the electric in us, take away the 9, right? This can be found, right? Let me see if I have it on the phone here. This here, okay, I'm going to show you this in a minute, right? But I want to show you the other part. Okay, so here it is. If you take a look on the left, okay, you'll see orphelin. This is orphan roulette. What are the orphan roulette numbers? Okay, this is all, as far as I know, you just look this up online. Whatever I do can be found online. Whatever I do in pieces and parts can be found at a local store for under $5. Right? So whatever I do has been done before, and that's how come I know. Every letter and every number, every shape, every piece of artwork, I'm not doing anything new. I'm showing you that all the calendars from the history, how they line up with all the numbers, right? How perfect it is, how nothing has been changed. Right? Well, you know what? Just like your computer today, you do have add-ons, but we have dictation. With Microsoft, you can do one thing. With I don't know, with Linux, you can do something else. So with the cars, Chrysler is upside down. Mac is upside down. The letter N, 2 letter N's, or the letter M looks like the letter M, and you can see that through the V shape. What happens through a V shape, right? What happens with the designing of our letters? What happens? Look at the pool table. Look at the snooker. Look at the 8-ball. Look at the 2 tables. What do you see? I talk about this. If you want to talk about the darts, we can talk about this. right? If you want to talk about bowling, we're going to talk about this. If you want to talk about hockey, we're going to talk about it. About soccer, we're going to talk about it, and boxing, and the boxers of Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Foreman. You want to talk about disco and rock? You want to talk about all the genres of movies and musicians? We're going to talk about it. Everything that is a word has a letter. Everything that has a letter has its own reality. And how the letters are pronounced and named and where they're associated within the word and the reverse alphabet. They are all connected to the ace. They are all connected to the sun. They are all connected to red and yellow. They are all connected to blue and purple. Why? These are the combinations in the game of pool. These are the combinations on the backs of the horses. These are the different fonts and numbers on the football field where we have to run down the field to get a hash mark at 3 by 12, 36 inches, or what is 6 by 6, 36 inches to get a hash mark, to get 10 yards, to get down the field to the 55-yard line in a CFL with 3 downs to do it, which is 3 by 19. It's not 3 by 18, you fall short. So you need to get onto the other side of the equator at 55 by 3 by 19. Unlike the 50, where it's 3 by 17, and now it's 17, you're into where is Leo at the 17th sign. Or at 19, if you just want to talk about 7 and 9, because it's 17 and 19 in that pronunciation, the 7 will be again in the cardinal, the 9 will be in the mutable, bringing the birth into the gateway through number 35, Electric Company. Where does that show you? When you split 360, right, by ABC, the left side of numbers is 35. The center is 37. The right is 39. 35 and 39 is 74. And the center is 37, creating 111 to the heart. I just talk about the numbers themselves. The numbers don't lie. They don't care. Even if we created the numbers, let's see what we created. From the creation of the Creator, what did we create from it? And what does it say? And who's speaking at the end of it when we all speak? Since we're all individually created, what does the story say from the unification of all of us without interference by ABC 1, 2, 3 and the words we speak? English, French, it doesn't matter. Spanish, it doesn't matter. The story is Edna speaking. It is the dean. When you read Edna backwards, it says dean because Edna became the teacher, and I teach like Edna. Everything gets its category and falls out at the end. Look not at this page as you look at me. Look at this page as you look at the page. I am not the page. I am not the word. I speak for the word itself that was given upon and to all, that we shall regurgitate it and understand it for what it really is. And there are no words. There's just dots and dashes connected, and how we can see that first before anything else. 1, 2, 3, ABC. How's everybody doing? I think I'm going to take a 2-minute break. It's too funny. After all I just said, right on the cup, okay, A, E, and I. That is too freaky. Why? Okay. The state of Maine, A, E, and I. Okay. The M and N, that's the split in the alphabet. Okay, of 13.5. The 13 is the M. The 5 is the E. Now the E, okay, in the alphabet numerically exists in J, exists in O, exists in T, where 4 times 5, Electric Company, is connected to, and it's a gateway. And it exists in Y, 5 by 5. Now, where does 5 come from? Where do the numbers come from? Don't tell me about communication 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. I don't want to know. Or don't tell me about the gateway 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 8 and 6, 14. 1 and 4 is 5. I don't want to know. So this is what I do. I show you where the numbers come from and how they come to fruition. I show you the cubes, the dice cubes that we play games with, right? When they roll and what they say on every single roll. In fact, guess what? I don't even play. I just like to stare at the game until I see more, right? But because of the learning of the patterns, you see a lot more. So it's when you begin to put the dice or whatever it is on the table, and you see where it's placed and what they call it, right? Over time, how words have changed. On the right side before my break, 17, 34, and 6. What is 1776? Three numbers equaling to 57. On the left side, 21, 35, 66, and 9, 75, 57, 75. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. What is 555? 555, 111 creates the 666 of the wheel. You can't add up to 0. It adds to nothing. This entire wheel adds up to 666. If we added the 37 spot, it'd be 703. 73 times 5, 365, the Egyptian calendar. We have 3 and we have 5 is 8. So it's 8 of 36, leaving 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 equals to 28. Plus the 8 equals to 36. Let's not count this one yet. This falls in the betting pattern. If you look at the betting pattern here, right, I'm not sure if this has it. No, this one doesn't have it. Hold on. In a 2-minute break here, or 2.5 minute break. I'm going to come back. I see somebody wanted to come up. Do they still want to come up? If somebody wants to come up, somebody has a question, do not hesitate. Right now, there are no real people on this page until I see something that's real. With 500 likes and 25 minutes over here, right? I'm not supposed to run the channel, right? As someone who wants to boost themselves up, because I don't do that. I'm not supposed to run the channel as someone who's trying to make a fortune. I'm not supposed to do that. But if I don't do anything to promote this channel, then the word doesn't get out. As the speaker of the channel, I must also be the promoter of the channel. So now I have to get involved in the channel, something I don't like to do. I do like to do and I don't like to do. I like to know why the word I share does not get out. I have an average of 20 views per video, over 12,000 videos, and almost 18 years or 17 years live. The rest was undercover. So I have to do the two. It's not fair, but I have to. For the mind, body, and soul that I have to recognize, I must recognize I am not only the voice of the speaker or the speaker of the voice. I don't know. But anyways, give me 3 minutes. I'm going to give you this, but I'm going to bring you something else back to look at on my way out for 3 minutes. Just give me a second. And that is what I believe to be because of well, I hear a lot of buzzing. I'm still live. Just give me a minute. Okay, so this is basically the way I see it. Right? Since the third and the fourth planet line up, and there's talk about Earth and Mars, but it's not only just Earth and Mars, is that Earth, okay, is number 52. Or what is V11? Mars is 51. So if you look at the artwork, you can draw one straight line down for Earth, or two lines down through the two moons, Phobos and Deimos, and you draw one line down for Mars. You create the dollar sign, as we're in the dollar world. Not because I say so, because I do say so. Money equals to 72. The house of Bet and the house of Vet. In the animal house, the Hebrews even say the same. Vet is the 22nd letter. V, Bet is the second letter. It's 2 by 11. Living on the pole. 1111. So what is 1111? The master numbers. They speak about it all the time, people, for years. How many years have they been speaking about 1111? But where does it come from? I know somebody knows, but let me check it out. Give me a minute. $15 of us, 500 likes, 15 people. No. Interested people, people like me. I don't know. If it's people like me, I understand why there's no hearts, you know. But I do have to plug this phone in because I will have no battery in 5 minutes. So just give me a second. Oh, I can plug it into to this, I think. Oh, wait a second. No. No, I can't plug it into there. Oh, I can plug it into here. Yeah, okay, so show me some interest. Somebody's got to say something. We got to work together. This is not going to work like this. If we're on a boat, right? If we're on a boat, right? Oh, it's not charging again. How come? Let me see why. Okay, now it's charging. Okay. Somebody say something. Somebody be real. Do we have to go to Germany? Do we have to speak from Iceland, from Greenland? Do we want to talk about the Quran, the Bible, the Christian Bible, the Solomon's Bible, the Nibiru, perhaps? Maybe we'll talk about Darwin's theory, or maybe we'll talk about shapes, all shapes and sizes, periodic table. Maybe we'll talk about weights and measures, or what speed did you go? Is it a kilometer or a mile? Or maybe 95. Let me see what this is. 95 Celsius is what in Fahrenheit?
85 degrees Celsius is equal to 185 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's not even what I said, but that's okay. 185 degrees Fahrenheit, okay, is equal to 85 Celsius. Wow, it's a complete 100 difference. See, these are things I like to know, right? 13, 4, okay. 95 Fahrenheit is how much? 95 Fahrenheit in Celsius.
5 degrees Fahrenheit is equivalent to minus 15 degrees Celsius.
So 0 for 2. 95 Fahrenheit.
95 degrees Fahrenheit is 35 degrees Celsius.
Okay, I'm going to explain to you why. Is that every time you move 9 in Fahrenheit, you move 5 in Celsius. Now, the thing is, when you take the penny off the market or away from use, or the dollar away from use, and your only usage is 5 cent, 10 cent, 25 cent. Now, if your usage is 5 cent, 10 cent, 25 cents, or what is $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, okay, and $50. Now, okay, I'm going to go to $1, okay, and $5 and $25. Because standardization runs this way in amateur and professional. Where did I get this from? All my information is right in front of you, thrown in your face. I'll take $2 on the 6 horse. What do you mean? Why not $1? Well, that's only in the exactas when there's 2 horses, because the minimum wager is 2. So when you have the minimum payout, okay, the minimum payout, okay, on $2 is $2.10. That means on $1, it's 105, which is 3 times 3.5, and you got paid out for the heart of the cube, the fine line, the one who passed the finish line in all 4 areas, because when the nose passes, right, it comes on only the final point of this here, and then it wins the other 7 points. With one nose here, you get all the other 7 points of the cube, 1 and 7 coming together, the silver cord, because of the breath. A corner, 1 corner, and 7 corners. The coroner, the pupil, the corners. What is it about your eyes? Is it because they crisscross? And when they crisscross, the first line that's coming in is not even touchable. It's only visionable until it gets in and it spreads open inside of us. That's what I got. That's what's been sold to me. Is that real? Is that real? So this is what I have to work with. Other than things that are concrete, mathematical, I also have to see what has been sold to me. So when I go look on how my vision works, how does my
90.
how does my vision work? Show me how my vision works, how I see and perceive what's inside my head. How does my vision work? How does my vision work and I see inside my head? Show me how my eyes see. And that's another thing. I just said to this computer, show me how my eyes see. And it wrote, I see. I is the 9th letter. C is the 3rd letter. C equals 1 plus 2 equals to 3 times 3 equals to 9. But I only said 1 C. Now I got 3 C's. So if I C equals to 9, it came from 3 C's. Pretty weird, eh? C is 1/3 of 9. The lower house of 10. The upper house. Did we ever learn that yet? The lower house and the upper house? So, no, it's giving me my IC address. How do my eyes see my 2 eyes? Okay, this is pretty good. I'll keep this up here. So first, let me go back to the 210 payout. Now, the thing about the 210 payout and the 105 is on day 6 of Genesis, it was land, animal, and man. Now, I need to be not debunked, but thrown off guard on something, because this is where the story comes to me. First of all, day 6. Okay. Now, before day 6 began, okay, let's go to day 5. Day 5, right? 5 times 24 hours is going to give me 120. Okay, so we settled that. Now, the thing is, if I was adding up each of the days, and 5 by that day was 120 in itself, and 4 times that day was 96, and 3 times that day was 72, and 2 times that day was 48, and I started with 24, what would the equation be? But irregardless to that, let's just say 120 hours, not to make it complicated, not what's inside the recipe of the equation, but just as something to facilitate to say, you're running off far-fetched there, kid. So we'll keep it simple. 5 days, 24 hours, 120. By the time you come into the day for the 24 hours, that's a day, and that's why they call it your birthday, 24 hours. Okay, pretty good. I think I'll have to show you this. All right. So we have 5 days, 24 hours. 120. Now, when I add up 1, okay, over to 15, that equals to 120. Now, if I take that 1 and I go 717, that equals to 15. Guess what? The game of pool, 717. I give it some letters. I'll give this a G, I'll give this an A, and we'll just call it a gag. Or how about calling it silver? The numeric value for silver, okay, although it's 85, right? It's a 717. GA is for silver. Now, if we multiply it, we become 7 and 8. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, 718, silver. I got it on both sides. Now, what's in between here? That's right. That's right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you add it up, okay, it equals to 20. When you multiply it, it equals to 720. That, okay, is a tetrahedron. This becomes 740, or the 7th letter, the 4th letter, the 0 letter, okay, and the 4th letter. The first part about this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? When you multiply this, right? This equals to 120, which is equivalent to the 5 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 4 is 20 by 3. Is 60 by 2, 120. You see the average of 1 and 0. You see, if I would choose to start here and go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas, this here, right, is going to equal to 24. But yet I still used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas. But look at that. And I could have used 1, 2, 3, 4. And I could have got the same result. But when I add this and add this, 10 and 10, right, I got the same result. The thing is here, I got 5 numbers, right, for a total of 34. And I got 5 numbers, so that's 5 by 7 equals to 35 minus 1. And then over here, okay, this 24 is 6 by 4 equals to 24. In fact, this one is perfect. 6 by 4, 24. 6 plus 4, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, the lower house of 4 area spaces numerically. This area space has been chopped into 4. So just give me a second. My arm is hurting me. Whew. Let me turn. I don't know. I'm not going to turn the camera around. I'm going to hold it here for a minute, but I'm just taking a little break. Thank you. Thank you. Elamia. Thank you. Zeus. Thank you. Like live. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We need some participation in the house. I am talking to some zombies right now. What are you doing? Send me out TikTok. Send me out around the world. Send me out around the world where they want to speak about numbers, where people want to understand the numerics themselves, right? I'm learning it. I want to see if what I'm saying is true. Do you see that silver over here? Well, that's a singularity. There's a singularity. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 3 dots. 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots. I've got colors. Color here, color here, color here, color here. All right, I'm going to use this color over here. All right, and then we're going to color up that. Now what we're going to do is this, right? A, right? D, G, C, F, I. But the family, L-U, O-X, I-R. And the family, okay, is Jason. And the family the family's a pig at the 7th gate. He could be piggier, medieval and foxier. It could have been the fox, hasn't got a clue. Now what remains down the center? What do we cross over in going from below to above? From left to right? Where do we go? Where do we travel? Good day, everybody. It is Sunday. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this page, to the social media, where what I like to talk about and continuously talk about is things and how they work in this world, right? All the greatest science that ever came into this world, right? I take it a little bit deeper. I talk about the numbers, but then I have to see what the numbers are doing. Look what my eye does. Right? How do my eyes cross my brain? Right? How do my eyes cross my brain? What are the words that they use? 55945. 5, 4 coming together. 9 is a reverse of 4 5s. N is a power station and animal for soul. The T is a gateway with an I that passes. The C is 1/3, but a combination of 1 between 2, creating what is O. O is 5 times what is 3, but O can also be made by how? 5 by 3 electric company, all in O. We call it the retina. Is it retina? Because it's not all of 9, it's a smaller 9. It could be the smaller side of 9, meaning one side of 9. Why? Because the cube has 2 sides of 9. Although you see 3 and you see 4, the reality is when you plug all the holes, right, you see a total of how many? 5. That's right. Here, you see 6. If you plug that one hole, right, on the other side, you got 6. This says 7, and then 2 empty spaces.
for you to see. Is it for ticking and talking? What is tick? Tick split. Tick is what splits when you have tack. When you have tack, you have two sides. The I brings together the two sides of the tack tick. And the tack is also a cat. The cat brings together the 414 communication inside the doghouse, the pounds. Here's your pounds, and here's how it operates. We align the alphabet, the zodiac signs to further understand the depths, because the basis of everything is all about you. How you come here, how you are united with your zodiac sign, united with your God, united with your creator, united with your existence from the first breath you take. The deck of cards, the game of pool. You're 717 in the game of pool. I speak not for myself, but I speak for how I envision how this comes together. This is one, you see one dot, I see one dot, you see two dots, you see 6 dots, you see 5 dots. These two say 5 dots and 6 dots, yet if I put them together, I only see 7 dots. There are 4 left over, the others are duplicated. So this to me is going to be 7 dot of 11. This here will be 6, but it will only be 5. And here it will be 3. And here it will be 4, it will be 5. And here, well, here it will be 5. And these two, right? These two will be 5 and these two will be 6. So you have 4 1 equals to 5 and 4 6, okay, equals to 6. It's lost. But this is not the way I put it together. The opposite of 6 4 is going to be 3 1, right? The 3 moons for the 1 moon, right? The 3-1-3 cycle. 13, 31, 13. 31, 13, 31 equals 57 equals 75. 3 by 25 equals 75. 5 by 15 equals 75. 3 by 19 equals to 57. Now, how can I achieve any of these? Right? Can I achieve any of these any other way? Well, I can go 13. Well, what is 13? 1 times 3 equals to 3. 1 plus 3 equals to 4. 4 times 3 equals to 12. 4 plus 3 equals to 7. 7 plus 12 equals to 19. 19 times 3 equals to 57. We can take this one and stretch it over here, since this one has ended at 0. Multiplication has no multiplication. It's only a single digit. It stops there. This one, 1 times 2 equals to 2. 1 plus 2 equals to 3. 3 plus 2 equals to 5. The question is, 12 is the... Do you know what it means to go up? On French, the IT system, right? We're going to learn about the IT system, the AT system, the split in the house, the ba, the ABBA, 21. So what we go over here, yeah, the ABBA, 21. Where are we over here? Yes, so we got the 12, and then we got the 13 for the bar mitzvah. All right, again, look at that. You have the AR and you have the AT. In fact, all you have is R and T. The 18th letter, okay, and the 20th letter. That's all we have over here. That's it. All right, we have a 9 by 2 and we have a 10 by 2. And this would be where the combination of Capricorn comes in, which is an A, B, C, D. Right, equals to J10. And if you multiply it, you can get 24x. Maybe it's Michael Jackson. And then at the end, you get your 34. But in between, you get your 1 and your 68 equals to your 14-5. Okay, so what this is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, okay, equals to 10. 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 equals to 24. The 10th and 24th letter. Okay. The 1 here is the 1 plus 0. The 1 plus 0 equals to 1. Right? So we're going to go and associate this one with this one. And then we're going to go the 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 8 equals to 6. And that's where the 6 and 8 comes in. And then they add up to this, and then they add up to this. So here you get your A, D, right? But here you got your B, C. So when you created this, okay, where am I over here? I want to see how I came to the A, B, C, D. Right, okay, over here. Because of this, your base creation is AB creating this. You automatically create this. Then on the other side, A is a split. I mentioned here is the top of the A, right? When you come down here, you add the legs on to it. You take the A, you box this in, this area over here. Call that 7. You connect this area over here. Call that 5. This area over here. Call that 3. And this area over here, call that 1. A, C, E, G, electric. And I go on an angle, okay, that when you connect this, this is your tetrahedron beginning. So when you're drawing on an angle, this shows you a half area space in between. And that half area space ends up here. Why? Because this is here and this one is over here on this side. And that's where number 2 goes. It's a jointer between what is 3 and what is 1. That 1, 3, 5, the ace, also noted to be what is the sun. Is that at the beginning, what is first, right? And what is last? Or what is first from the other side? You see, the first and last is the 18th. And the beginning is the 19th, or they're both last of each other, and they meet at the equator. They culminate together, these two over here. Let's not get into that. I went too far. I just wanted to show you how the sun is involved. Right? And the power station of N, right? This is your power station of N, the 14th letter. This is your AD. This is where your house gets split right down here. Right? The joining over here of 6 and 6. So you see where the point comes out over here? Here is your 5, 7, 5. And then there's another one over here. The total here is going to be what is going to be 6, 1, and 6. Meeting at the 7th area, it's 6, 1, and 6 joining the first 13 letters of the alphabet. If I would count, okay, by ones like here, first of all, what would join it? And it shows me that this is a split of a cell. One of these, this is a complete cell. When this goes through it, it's a split. I have 1 dot, then 2 dots. Then the next dot over here will spread out the 3 dots. But the dot in the center will be the completion of the first dot, showing me that the 2 dots create an area space separation, or that the 2 is what joins the first with the next dot. So it doesn't exist. It's a half area space. So when counting, like this, which is a 1, 3, okay, 5 count versus a 2, 4, 6 count. But you can also run the lines, hold on, and where you can start with a point, right? And that's what you would, no, you wouldn't be able to see here. You wouldn't be able to start with a point, only with the 2 dots. This one, you can start with a point, but you automatically have to do it this way. So here you would end up with 2, 4. Here you would end up with 1, 3. Here you would end up with 2, 4 dots. So here it's a multiple of 1. Here it's a multiple of 5. Why is it a multiple of 5 here and a multiple of 1 here? I think it was, let me see. How do the Aztecs count? Wow, they're not showing me. That's drastic, eh? Okay, now I want him to show me the dots and the dashes. You know what I'm saying? Just hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. I got it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I want him to show me some dots and dashes. Hold on. Wow. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. They're playing tricks on me here. Stop, stop, stop. Show me the counting system of the Aztecs, like 1 dot and a line and stuff like that. Okay. So there it is. Okay. So yeah, so we got that, right? So a line is 5 and a dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, and then a line and a dot. So you see how it goes with them? In Roman numerals, right? It's not the same thing. So we can see that we get that bead over there with 0, right? So that's like the football, the half circle, right? I mean, we can redesign that if we did this. We're gonna take hold on a second. And then I believe that that this is the joining, you know what I'm saying? That this is the joining of that, you know. Hold on a second. All right. Whoop. And I can all right. So we can do the same thing. Well, you know what? Hold on a second. Hold on. Yes, I am clumsy and awkward. That is me. That is freaking me, you know? So have I been able to get these two close together yet? Hold on. Maybe I can color it in just a bit. Hold on. Let me put this down. Give me a second. Mr. Clumsy, how are you doing? Oh my God, you know what else? I just added on something. Okay, Okay. No, not done yet. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I think this is going to be like a Kimmel bread or a Cavet bread or something. So we have, look, hold on, hold on, hold on. There it is. Right? But I did it that way. It's because you're standing between two sides of the moon, in between. Right? You're standing in between, and and then your the other side of your neck is coming together like this, and right? Because even I'm just trying to see even we breathe it in. We breathe it in, and so you have to think about it. What is our beak? What is our nose? Is that what brings life? Or is it our mouth? Our mouth goes across, right? Our beak goes up and down, right? This is the beak. Hold on, let me see if I can do this, right? That beak, that beak over here, right? That beak inside of here. It's the beak. The bird is number 33 and the fish is 42. Isn't that ironic? I think I went a little off course in what I was doing. Sorry about that. Well, I got a phone call. Hold on a second. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, much sorry, much sorry. Whoa, I got 99 messages. Hold on a second. I almost threw my coffee on the floor. That would have been too funny. Hold on a second. Oh, I got a lot of likes. Hold on, I got a lot of likes. I got a whoop. Somebody said something, and yeah, if I get a lot of likes, you got to write out twice what you're saying. I lose my head in trying to look for it, right? Oh, it's 1301. 1301. 1301. Yeah, I had a call from the pharmacy. They told me the medication is ready. And I says, isn't there a charge for this? And they says, yes, there is. I says, do you know what I need it for? Do you have any left at home? And I said, yes, I do. And he said, is it free? They go, no, it's not. I said, is there something I can do to take it naturally? She says, yes, there is. I said, thank you very much. Anyways, I'm just joking around. Okay, so let's get back to this part over here. So this part over here is your scaling of 616, your 12 zodiac signs. But it's not really like this. It doesn't work that way. Everybody knows there's deacons. I need to learn more about the signs, but right here I'll tell you about this. Here, okay, here, okay, it's 246 and 135. That's what it is. They're both have a connection to the 7. So where's the 8 and the 9? There really is no 8 and 9, and when there is an 8 and 9, the 8 is here. The 8888 is here. And that 888 comes about in this design when you connect your 7th area, right, over to the 6th area, and your 7th area. Whoop, let's not do it that way. We'll do it this way. Over to your 6th area. In reality, this one here is supposed to be the 8, 9, 11, 13. But in Gematria, in this 7, the piano goes by 7s and the days go by 7s. So this is, I figured out, I got to go by 7s. Also learning that when counting on this angle goes by 1s. So I learned when you go by 1s, right, the queen has her hat on this angle in the cards. The king and the jack have their hats like this. This is the jack and the king, and this is the queen. So I understood for myself that it's a 4, 2, 3, 1 movement. These angles here, right, is a 1, 3, is a 1, 5. It's a movement of 4, 1, 5, 9. It's a movement of 3, 1, 4, 7, 1, 5, 9. 1, 4, 7. The movement of 2 is 1, 2, 3. That's my movement of 2 from here to here. That's my movement of 2. Right? Or how about the movement of 2 as 3, 5, 7? The movement of 2. The movement of 1 is 1, 2, 3. The movement of 2 is 3, 5, 7. So you got the movement of 1, you got the movement of 2, you got the movement of 4, you got the movement of 3. 2, 5, 8, 3, 3, 3, 6, 9. This is where my reality is for this game to understand these numbers. So when you have 2, 4, 6, and 1, 3, 5, you have different deacons, different movements within the zodiac that I want to learn so I can understand this. But by listening to others who already know about the movements, I can listen to them and implement this comprehension of this gearing system. Then we can call it law by its reality of how it works, because law is how it works, right? So what this would be is 3 and 3 zodiac signs for 6, and the second half of the alphabet will 3 and 3. So I'll have 12 zodiac signs, and with the tetrahedron, it's telling me about 3 sides, and then the one side that's down is the combination of the 3 sides that are up. Do you follow what I'm saying? A tetrahedron has 3 sides and a 1 side down for 4. So the 3 sides up will all be 1 pole to the downside. The platform, making up for the balance. This is where the diamond card comes in. Here we're counting by ones with the queen. The queen has 4 times 2 eyes, right? The king is 3 times 2 eyes, and the jack, right, is 2 times 2 eyes. 2, 3, 4 vibration, how they vibrate. The jack is 2 times 1 eye. The king is 1 of 4. The jack is 2 of 4. So these are my understandings. I bring the cards. What have we been playing with all our lives? The deck of cards, the dice cubes, the games. These are the stories I read. So I really actually came in here to do one thing. I'm going to show you just one more piece, and then I'm going to end it and come back a little bit later. Send me a message if there's something you'd like to know. If you'd like to help out the channel, if you'd like to take a little look at something. I'm not sure if this works right here. I just want to, whoop. Yeah. Yeah, it's not much. Can't even see much of it, but just showing you the background that way. So, yeah, not even a good background too, eh? Show you this, right? This here, okay? So if you notice, the 17 and 20, these three, 2, 2, 2, they're all the same. The board splits here and here. When going to the left and going to the right, they replicate 23, 23 red, 11 and 8, black, black, 26, 29, black, black, 32 red, 5, 2. The same thing here, 16 and 19 are red, okay? But it switches over here, okay, because it goes the opposite way on this one. See the way the one is like this over here? And the 7, hold on a second. No, it's, where is it? Where do I start this? Hold on a second. Right, the 13 and the 10 is where the split is, right over here. This is where we can notice it. The 13 and the 10 start to split. The 28, 2 and 8, 10 to 13, 1 and 3, 4, right? Not like the 3 and 5. If I went up the split, I would hit 22. That's not where the split is. See what happens in that split is, see that 1 over here, that 1, 9 split, right? That 1, 9 is going to go with this one over here. See the singular one here to the 4? The 4. The 7 over here, 7 over here. But we have the 10 and 13, the lower house of 10, 13, the upper house of 11. What does it mean, the upper house? The first 3 cubes go up to 18. The next cube goes up to 24. The next cube goes up to 30. The next cube goes up to 36. And the 7th cube goes up to 42. And that's when we recycle again, 36, and we start over into 42. And we need that to run into the 0. So if we don't use the 0 and if we do run the 0, we end up with 6. Now your question is, hey, we have 6 dice, but the 6 dice revert to 7. So that's only 21. 21 dots by 2. Again, 42. Whether we have 7 dice or 2 dice and counting the dots. But the area space for 1 dice is 54. We have 36. 2 of these is 72. We still have 54. So I'll have 2 Rubik's Cubes. 108. It'll take 3 of these boards to communicate with 2 Rubik's Cubes. 2 Rubik's Cubes communicates with 3 of these boards. You'll see how it works. Look at that. 36 inches or 3 by 12. And what is this? 2 and 6. Take a look yourself. 2, 4, 6 black, 6 red. Take a look yourself. 2, 4, 6 black, 6 red, 6 black, 6 red. So you're 12, counting between 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 is the stretch out. One begins with 1, one begins with 2. One ends at 11, the other ends at 12. And the house is divided up for the better understanding of the numerics themselves, where 1 is red and 19. 1 and 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is red. How come this one's black and this one's black? This is within the lower realm of the house. Here is a 10, 9, 19. But every second one here creates what is in the center over here. The board reflects the first 15 numbers with the last 15 numbers, letter O, the letter O with the 6 in the center over here. 16, 17, 18, 19 is where the cube fits, connected up to 14 and 23. If you notice on the right side, 1 and 34, 35, 4 and 31, 35, 7 and 28, 35, 10 and 25, 35, that 3.5, that cardinal sign, okay, 3.5 is the heart of the cube to start with. And the multiplication of 3 times 1 is 3, 3 by 4 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 3 by 10 is 30, 3 by 13, there is no 39, 3 by 11 is 33, 3 by 14, there is no 42, 3 by 5 is 15, 3 by 2 is 6. Everything is found here when you multiply it by 3. When you multiply by 4, it stays where it is. 4 by 7 is 28, stays where it is. 4 by 4 is 16, stays where it is. 4 by 1 is 4. 4 by 2 is 8, 4 by 5 is 20, 4 by 8 is 32. They stay where they are. 4 by 3 is 12, they stay where they are. But everything that's 3 goes back here. And when you play with this cube, everything runs between 3 and 4, regardless of the change. 1 and 6, the halfway point is 3.5. Now, where is the chamber of 3.5? The chamber is in 4. The chamber, it is a 3-4-3 chamber and a 4-3-4 chamber. Hexagons, octagons, even the designs themselves. Wow, I thought I did something over here. What was this? Oh yes, the phenomenon of 1111. 1111, the New Age movement adopted the synchronicity in the 1990s. Oh, and here we get again, what is 1111? Carl Jung's synchronicity phenomenon reveals heavily on psychological, the theory, the meaningness. Sell it to the people, put it out there, teach us, tell us, but don't tell us all of it. Tell us part of it and some of it, until what we think we know, what we believe is not actually what the reality is, other than just guiding you, to blind you, to occupy your space, to occupy your time. Here is another game, these are real games. This is a professional game in this pro world. P&R 16 and 18 equals to 34. That's funny because 16 and 18, 34, when the heart of this game begins like this, okay? The heart of the game begins with 1, okay, and 34 to the cardinal sign. So all of it will equal to an 8, or what is 35? The next one is 37. The next one is 39. 34 falls below that ranking. That's very interesting. I have to think of what I was saying now. I'm just thinking of what I was saying. Okay, irrelevant. Doesn't matter. I'm going to remember it anyways. So we're going to talk. Who wants to know about 11? You see that 11 on that side, right? See that 11 on that side? How come it doesn't show the whole board? I wish I can just shrink this. Yes, so yeah, I couldn't find this. Oh, yeah. Okay, so what you can see here, okay, besides being what is 111, right? Your lowest number, okay, I don't know why it's showing up this way as 1 and 2. So you have 1, 2, 2, 4, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 3, 4. So you can see on top 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? I don't think this is the good board. Let me see if this one's easier to read. Or this one. I think this one is too small. Wow, that didn't help a lot. Well, anyways, it shows you these combinations. I think this is the board that's good over here. Let me see.
Okay, I got it. I got it. So what you see now is here. See the 1 1 here is 6 6 here, right? That's only with 2 dice. I'm not going to do 3 right now. So what is 12 is 2 over here. So they're the same. So 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 2 and 1 is 3. 6 times 6, 6 plus 6 is 36 and 12 is 48. 4 and 8 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. They call it the big odd. And they call it the small odd and the small even. Right? That's big odd. They're not talking about these, but they're talking about here is what is below. Okay, no, let me finish this. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2. 4 and 4 is 8. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5. 25 and 10, 35. 3 and 5 is 8. 3 times 3 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 9 and 6 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 4 by 4 is 16. 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 16 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 and 16 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 and 9 equals to 15. 1 and 5 is 6. Look the way the images look together. The 12th house, the 10th house, the 8th, the 6th, the 4th, the 2nd. 1 and 6, 7. 1 opposite 6. 1 equals to 3 and 4. 6, the word, equals to 52. That's 86. 2 and 5, 7. 2 equals to 58. 5 equals to 52. That's 110 towers, or 11. 3 equals to the word 56. 4 equals to the word 60. 116, or what is 26? The queen. 20. What is the higher side of 20? What is the 1920 gate? They assembled together. What is this and this? These. Okay, oh, it's 3 for a small. Yeah, usually when it's big and small, they're talking about 3 dice. So when they talk about 3 dice, right, your small odd is 9. Isn't that funny? When you're talking about the big dice, your small even, okay, is 12, right? So we also have to consider that understanding. Where else can we go with this? Yeah, and what I really brought us out to do is to understand the divisions of 7 and 13 by the numerics of 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and stop. And the reason you stop is that when we get to, let me see which one. When we get to the 6th one, which is the opposite of the first one, it's a perfect number, right? I'm going to show you a piece of it. And this is how it works. So here is 1. Here is 1, 1. Here is 1, 1, 1. Here is 1, 1, 1. Here's 4 ones. Here's 5 ones. Here's 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The rotation ends at 6. Here's the 6th one, refers to the first one. The number is perfect. So what happens on the 7th one of this, right? So just 1 second. So when you divide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, see that? Right? The 7th one has to equal to the first one. Divided by 13 equals, whoop, did I get that right? 0.76923. I need to go after that. 0.76. So if I go here, right? If I clear this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be Capricorn. Okay? That would be Capricorn. That's going to have to go along with which one, right?
every 6 ones. That has to go along with this one. 4615, right? So divided by 13 equals 461538. Right? 461538. So your 10-4 goes together, your DJ. So this is what I'm doing. And then I went into the second house and did this, right? But I didn't start it yet. So if you want, we can do the first one before I go on. The other thing is to understand 7 by 7 by 7, the connection, how we create. But actually, if it was a point and we put all these points together, right? The completion of the area space, it's the joining area space, right? The only time we can get this area space joined, right? Can we finish this? Here, here, here is when we ended here. But we need to have a part that sticks out. Both these parts will stick out. Why? It's in a heart zone. Otherwise, it ends up right here, right in the center, in the martini cup of the Fibonacci. Fibonacci seems to run no heart. See, these two are this. This one is this. That's the way that is. You also have the configuration in the reverse of what is 4, 3, 4 configuration. 7 by 7 by 7, 7 plus 7 plus 7. Did you know that the 217th, okay, 7 by 31 days equals 217? 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216? That at the 3 hours and 36 minutes, right? Or 3 hours and 37 minutes, right? It's December 3rd, the 12th month, the 3rd day. It's December 2nd, the 12th month, 122, into a leap year, 122. 3 hours, 180. 37 minutes, 217. 3 hours, 180. 36, 216, 6 by 6 by 6. A hexahedron is 2160, the diameter of the moon. On the 336th day, it is the end, okay, of the 12th moon. On the 337th day, okay, it is the first day of the 13th moon. Is it its own precision that makes its reality of what is 33? And I'm going to speak about what is the master numbers before I go in the last attempt here. So here are the master numbers. 1, 2, and there's more to it than just this. And where are they mostly located? All right. Where are they located? So from here to here, 159, add 4, add 4. From here to here, add 3, add 3. From here to here, add 1, add 1. From here to here, add 2, add 2. I add 1, I add 4 over to 5, I add 4 over to 9. Here, I have 2, I start at 3, add 2 over to 7. I minus 1 plus 1, I go down 1, I go up 1. Here it says 3, I go down 3, and I go up 3. And then I get that formation. So now the cube says do this. So now it says do that, so I do that. I don't do what it says not to do, I do what it says to do. You're going to do that, I'm going to do that. So I'm doing that. So I've got 4, or like 5, or like 5, and like 4. I don't have 6. See the way the houses go into each other? Right? They were rectangular, and there were only 4 when I do it this way. Right? If I do it this way, right, without the 9, right, they become that way. You can squeeze them this way or squeeze them this way. This is what it is. Now, when you're asleep, we'll bring it down this way. And when you're awake, we'll bring it in this way. Or perhaps it's just this way. That's the way the whole thing is set up to be anyways, this angle. So let me finish this off. It's going to go here and here and here and here. Okay, so now we have 1 here. 1 dot here, 1 dot here, 1 dot here, 1 dot here, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Okay. And at the same time, let's do the last one. But here we'll do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. And we're going to just do one more. All right. And this one will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what we'll do. That's I think that's enough, right? We did that. Is there any more we can put down here? Hold on a second. Oh yeah. Maybe we can. We can do that. We can go 1, 3, 6, 10, right? We can do that. And we can go 1, 3, 6, 10. And then this one over here, well, yeah, it gets 15. We can do that too. So we can run this here, right? We can run this here is 16, and we can run this here is 16. Now we can run this here is 13, and this here is 13. So we have 16, we have 13. Here we have 6 running over here. Right here we have 2. We can do that, right? We can do that. But we can also do the 1, 6, and this, we can go 7, 7, 7. Or 7, 6, 9, 4, 8, 5. Is it 7 minus 6 is 1? Is it 8 minus 5 is 3? Is it 9 minus 4 is 5? Or is it 4 minus 3 is 1? And 5 minus 2 is 3? And 6 minus 1 is 5? Or is it 6 plus 7 equals to 13? All right? What is 4, right, plus 3 equals to 7? What is 4 minus 3 equals to 1? What is 6 minus 7 equals to 1? What is 5 plus 2 equals to 7? What is 5 minus 2, okay, equals to 3? What is 8 minus 5 equals to 3? To 13. What is 8 plus 5 equals to 13? What is 8 minus 5 equals to 3? Right? Now we're going to do the last one. What is 6 plus 1 equals to 7? What is 6 minus 1 equals to 5? So what is 7 plus 6 equals to 13, or 7 minus 6? Okay, whoop, I did that one. Hold on. Or what is 9, plus 4, and 9 minus 4 equals to what is 13? Equals to 5. So you have A, C, E, E. You have ace, ace. That comes up. So with this, right, with this, here, you have 5 and 4 void. A, B, C, D. Here, A, B, C, D, E, F. Here, it is 3 and 6 void. Here, right, we'll do the 5. Over here, it's 5 and whoop. That was 5. Okay, 4 dot. So this is the 4 dot. It's got the 5 void. A, B, C, D, E. Here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 8 and 1. Here, right, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Look at that. D separates the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Looks like we're rotating in the 27th house over here. House of 8, 2 and 7 equals to 9. And here is the 6 and 3 equals to 9, right? So if you bring the first house over, where's the first house? Over here. So if you bring the first house over here and you mix it with the sixth house, you get 8 and 3 equals 11. 6 and 1 equals to 7. When you bring the fifth and the fifth house over here, right, and you bring it to the second house over here, so the 5 and 2 come together, and then the 4 and 7 come together for 11. So now you got your 2 of them. And then what you do is you bring over the 3 and 4 come together as 7, and the 6 and 5 come together as 11. You have a 33 void, and you have a 21 dot. Now you have location. Now here's your location. These are your voids. We're going to start with the extremity, right? Whoa. These are your voids. I'm going to give you a green space
for the center. I'm not going to talk, I don't know if I should talk about the center. I'm going to talk about the center different. Okay, I don't know if I should do it just different there. Here I got the 5 dot. I don't know if I should do it different or not. What didn't I use? The orange? Okay, I used the orange. Okay, I'm just going to single color code it right now because even while they turn, they still remain the same area space. I mean, left is left, right is right. So these were red, right? These are right. The green, I should have left the green. I should have left the. Nope, not that. I got to keep it color consistent to where the orange is for the dotted corners, okay? No, that's not that. That is, this is blue. Okay, I got to take 2 seconds for my arm. Okay, I'm taking a break for my arm. So let's just put this up for now. Right? Here are going in 2 different directions, right? When it goes in 2 different directions, it causes this effect. If you put them all straight up, the square disappears. That's 28. This is when, look at separation in this. Just give me a minute. I've got to take a 2-minute break. Right there, and you're doing it. So you saw where the master numbers are, correct? So I'm showing you exactly where they're going to be besides this flower, right? And what's going on if you take a deep look. Okay, so we get back to stop. Orange, green, dots, the rest is void. I'm just going to go over this lightly. So on the 6, let me see, I get the blue. So as we can see, here's all our Whoop, I didn't finish. Wow. Wow, I didn't do that. Wow, I can't believe I didn't do that. Okay. And then so what's happening here? Hold it. What's happening here? Okay, do you see this? This split over here, right? Because it joins in a heart, all four of them get to join. Here it's controlled. So on the 4, we have 2 waters and 2 earths coming together. We have the air sign and the air sign. On this side of the cross, we have the 2 waters. On this side of the cross, we have the 2 earth. Do we move this? How do we move this? Remember, these images like Rubik's Cube is like a puck in hockey, right? You come all the way down, you create the, the area space. You see this one in between? That cuts. This cuts the area space. Now there's the cube. Now we can bring the other cube and then we can change the angles of these cubes because we can do it this way, right? And we can split it over here. And we can do it that way. See the 2 levels? Because this is the whole area, this area space here. And then this one over here, we can do a little different. We can do this. Right? We're going to split the RAM up. We're going to come here to here. Right? And we're going to go down here to here. And this is where the RAM's going to point. Right? We can lock it in over here and just run this way and end it right there. See the way we end it right there? Right? We're going to run it all the way over and all the way down. I'm going to run this one all the way over and all the way down. And I'm not sure if we army stripe it. Right? Army stripe it right. We'll hold it up. We'll put it up on the wall like a trophy. So, there we go. So now I split up all the divisions, right? I created all the divisions. So at the end of this all, you can see like this, okay? If I want to create a 7, I take the 1, 6, right? We didn't do the 1 and 6 equals to 7, leaves me an 8 and 3 equals to 11. So my void, okay, is
these are my 6, right? In this cube over here, which is the 4, right? I'm going to have 4 edges. Okay? In this cube. In this cube over here, right? The 6 cube. Okay, the 6 cube. I'm going to have 2 edges. So with the 1 cube, I'm going to have 4 edge. This is the cube, the number cube. Right? With the 2 cube, right, which is the 2 cube here, I'm going to have 4 edge. Right? But not only am I going to have 4 edge, but I'm also going to have 4 corners. 4 corners, 4 edge. Here with the 2 cube, I'm going to have 4 edge, and I'm going to have 2 corners. 4 edge, 2 corners. Okay, and 1 center. I'm going to stop here for a second, because on the edge is 8, right? 4 times 2 equals 8 for an edge. Then what we're going to have is 12 equals to 4 by 3, okay, is going to equal to 12 for a corner, right? So if you're looking for corner. So this is going to be the 1 cube, right? This is going to be the 1. We're going to have a total of 20 colors and the 1 to the center for 21. That's going to be the cube itself, in itself. So what I'm going to do is cut it short now. I'm going to show you this in the next one. My arm is tired. My eyes are tired. The phone is running out of battery. And participation, yes, lo and behold, as usual. As usual. But for those who are here now and to be coming here, please share this video. If you like it, of course. And if it means anything, and if you have any questions, prepare your future. Come back, see you a little bit later, sometime in the evening. Or this afternoon, because I don't make the call. Thank you for watching. Karma, and coming back.